Arpeggios don't get the love that they deserve. So today I'm going to teach you the ultimate arpeggio exercise that's really going to both deepen your understanding of the fretboard and arpeggios in general, but it's also applicable to a general understanding of music theory. New ukulele every single Wednesday and Saturday. If you like this kind of content, hit subscribe. You can print these tabs out by becoming a Patreon. Link is right here. That's for this lesson and all our lessons. Real quick, how does a chord go from a scale to a chord? Well, we're going to be doing this in the key of C, so everything that we're going to do comes from the C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. First fret, second fret, open, first, third, open, second, three. All the notes that we're going to play across today come from those 7 notes. Now, a chord is built when you take a scale like that and you play a note and skip a note. So with the notes up for a key of C, to build a chord, you would play a note, skip the next note in the scale, the D, and play the next note, skip the F and play the next note, G. C, E, G. That is how chords are built from scales. Now if you do this one more time, skip the A note and play the B, you get a C major 7. And that is how 7 chords are created. In the key of C, if you repeat that process for all the chords, you're going to get C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G 7, B minor 7 flat 5. Oops, and I skipped the A minor 7. Let's jump into it. No, there will be theory. I'm going to be speaking theory, but you do not need to understand everything I say to benefit from learning to play these ideas. So even if the theory stuff feels a little over your head, stay with me and learn this exercise. Now these chords can also be played one note at a time. And that's an arpeggio. Generally, when you're first learning, you think of arpeggios as finger picking, which it is an arpeggio, but it can also be kind of like a 4-note scale or a 3-note scale. So we're going to do arpeggios for all the chords in the key of C from here to here. We start off with the C major 7. Play an open C string, an open B or E string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. That is C, E, G, B. And these intervals are known as root, 3rd, 5th, 7th. So you're also going to see the difference between the major 7 and the 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The next chord, D minor 7. It's going to be 2nd fret of the C, 1st fret. It's your flat 3rd this time. That's what makes it a minor chord. Open A, flat 7. So it makes it a 7 instead of a major 7. 2, 1, 0, 3. Now you can use these tools in addition to a warm-up exercise musically by creating melody with them. If someone's strumming a D chord, all these notes are going to sound great over that chord. Someone does C major 7, D minor 7, try an arpeggio over it instead of a scale. All right, that's very, very common. You're going to start to hear melodies and songs you're familiar with by doing that. You can also mix it with a scale. So that was just a poorly improvised idea, but these ideas blend with scales very nicely too. E minor 7, 4, 3, 2, 5. F major 7, 5, 5, 3, 7. Now we're going to do G7, which is instead of G major 7. So it's not going to be the exact same shape. It's going to be 7, 7, 5, 8, flat 7. That's why it's G7 as opposed to G major 7. Next chord is the A minor. Same shape as our E minor, just up the fretboard. Then we got this crazy chord that you probably don't play that often, B minor 7, flat 5, 11, 10, 8, 12. Then we're going to do an octave for C major 7, 12, 12, 10, 14. Now, it gets a little crowded after the 12th fret. Keep that in mind. If you have to omit anything kind of above that, that's fine. I was doing this on a soprano, and that's my favorite size ukulele, but I couldn't fit the whole range on it, so I got my really nice flight Mustang. If you dig this ukulele, there's some information about the flights that I play in the description. Put the whole thing nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the whole C major scale. Instead of strumming through the chords, we've made them 7s, and we arpeggioed them across the fretboard. Now, is it practical if you're playing a C major 7 to play the A minor 7 arpeggio here? No. There are inversions, and for example, this A note here is the same as this A note here and this A note here. So there are other shapes, but you still want to master this one as the foundation to build off these ideas. Now we're going to take that a step further, and we're going to go up and back down. But on the way down, we're going to play the same notes in different places. So for the C major 7, for example, it's still O, O, 3, 2, 3. But on the way down, we're going to go 2, 3, 4. Why? Well, this G note here, same as the way up, but this E note on the 4th fret is the same as this open E. So you're seeing the same notes in different positions, and this just goes a long way to learning the fretboard. So the first one very slowly is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now note there, instead of my middle finger on the 3rd fret, I used my index finger because it made it easier to play these notes. And if you're looking at this, you're thinking, that's an E minor. Well, the 3 notes that make up a standard E minor, all 3 of them are in the C major 7. The only note that isn't is the C. So now you're starting to see similarities between chords, which is very good for your composition, composing melody, and soloing. The next one, D minor 7, will be 2, 1, O, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5. Can we see for the F major 7? 5, 5, 3, 7, 8. That's our new root F. 7, 8, 9. Next one, G, 7, 7, 5, 8, 10, 8, 10, 11. For our next one, this is going to be the A minor. 9, 8, 7, 10, 12, 10, 12, 12. B minor 7, flat 5, 11, 10, 8, 12, 14, 12, 13, 14. Now it gets, I wouldn't like to use those fingers, but it just gets cramped up here. And the C major 7, the last one, is 12, 12, 10, 14, 15, 14, 15, 16. Let's play through it nice and slow, count it out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. Okay, try that, get that down, and then try to speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. gets tight up there. Once you get confident with that, why don't you try to apply these to chord progressions like a C, G, A minor, F, for example. You could solo like that. You could do rhythm like that. If you're the second ukulele, or if you're in an ukulele club, you can layer the ukulele like that. There's just a lot of tools and a lot of ways you can use this. But the first thing you got to do is get familiar with it. And so that's it, folks. Thank you for learning. I'm going to have some exercises in a playlist if you like this kind of stuff right here for you. Again, think about becoming a Patreon. It's cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. And until next time, rock and roll, folks. Have a lovely day, friends. Life is good. Wednesday and Saturday. Email down there if you want some lessons as well. Rock and roll. Gets cramped up there. I definitely hit a B flat instead of a B. Sorry about that. Gets cramped down there. It gets cramped up there. Let's do another one. Let's do C, E minor, D minor 2 times. Let's try this one. See if you can guess what it is. So tabs are up. See if you can identify this one. Let's play through it and I'll tell you. those chords, it was D minor, E minor, C, major 7, and then we finished with another C. So try to mix up your practice routine and incorporate these in there. Use it as a warm-up, cool down, use it creatively. Put this into your playing. It will improve your playing. Thank you so much. Rock and roll. Look how pretty it is. Check it out. One of my flight ukuleles that I play, and there's more information in the description.